Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to this Monday's productivity tip of the week. We're in the middle of a 4-week series at the moment on the best strategies for managing your emails. And today we're going to cover when is the best time of day to check your emails. But first, if you haven't met me yet, I'm Laura, your productivity and balance mentor from Managing Myself, and I help busy professional working mums with too many balls in the air to be more organised and intentional with their time so that they can spend more quality time with the ones that mean the most to them. Email is a fantastic tool for communication, but if we don't use it correctly, it can become a major distraction and a time waster. So many of us are spending more than a quarter of our time dealing with emails. But email management rarely contributes to the high impact activities that really give us satisfaction and move the organisation forward. So I've put together this series to really help you take control of your email inbox and to find a more efficient way to process emails so that you can move on with more value-adding activities and the things that actually excite you and you're passionate about, because I highly doubt you're passionate about processing emails. So far, we have talked about the best filing system for your emails, and this involves only 3 folders, and those are action required, awaiting response, and halfway to the bin. Anything else is just going straight into the archive folder or to the trash. The second email in the series talked about the best way to triage your emails. We talked about the 4 Ds of email processing, which are to delete it, to do it if it takes less than 5 minutes, to delegate it if possible, or to defer it. So if you haven't already watched those videos, go ahead and do those now and then come back and watch this one. So today we're going to talk about the best time of day to check your emails. Now, the thing to say here is that, unfortunately, there's no one-size-fits-all solution to this particular question. But what I can do is to give you 3 simple principles to follow and make it work for you. So firstly, do not check emails during your high energy periods. Now, we all have times in the day when we feel more energetic and times in the day where we feel a bit of an energy slump. And what you don't want to do is to use up your most high energy time of day when you're really going to be able to push forward on your high impact tasks and spend that time on emails instead. For me, this is first thing in the morning. So I like first thing in the morning to actually get cracking on something that's much more important than checking emails. So I would say identify what time of day is high energy for you and avoid checking emails at that particular time of day. The second principle to follow is to only touch it once. And I've seen a huge transformation in people who I've taught this to who have managed to successfully implement this. And it really does help to be much more efficient at processing your emails. You've got to make that decision about what to do with the email there and then. Are you going to delete it, to do it, to delegate it, or to defer it? And you need to make that decision the first time you see that email. Now, what this means, as far as what time of day you're doing your emails, is that you're unlikely to be efficient at checking emails in this way when you are in bed just before you go to sleep or standing at the bus stop waiting for the bus. And there are far better ways you could be spending that time anyway. But I find when you're just ad hoc checking emails whilst you're waiting for the kettle to boil or something, all you're doing is standing there reading the emails. You're not actually processing them. You're just kind of taking in information, and that's a highly inefficient way to be processing emails. And there are way better things you could be doing in those small pockets of time. The third key principle here is to set aside 2 or 3 times a day when you're going to check your emails, and be ruthless with this. Only check your emails during the times you set aside, and in the times that you haven't set aside for checking emails, you're doing something else. So for me, it looks like this. I spend 15 minutes in the morning looking at my emails, and this is only after I've already completed my first high impact activity of the day. So I really want to get cracking in my high energy period of time in the morning on getting something done that's important to me and is important to the organization. Then I check my emails for just 15 minutes. And then I go back to other tasks that I need to get done during the day. I then check my emails for half an hour after lunch, and then again for 15 minutes just at the end of the day. And what this allows me to do is to just check in with the emails at those particular points of the day, to transfer anything that ends up in my action required folder onto my task management system, so that I can make sure I'm tackling those tasks in the priority that they need to get tackled, rather than tackling them in the order that they've come into my email inbox. And what I find is that this way of just checking in with my emails at just 3 points a day allows me to really make progress on other things instead of getting buried in emails. And because it's at frequent-ish intervals through the day, nothing gets lost for a long period of time. And if there is something that comes in that's quite urgent, I do see it in good time. So let's recap. Firstly, reserve your high energy times of day for your high impact tasks, not for checking emails. Secondly, follow the principle to touch it once. Only touch each email one time. And thirdly, schedule only 2 or 3 times a day when you're going to be checking your emails, and be ruthless about doing other more important things in the rest of the day when you haven't set aside for checking emails. That's it for this week. Next week is the final video in our email management series. I'm going to cover 10 simple best practice email tips, which is going to help you to write concise and actionable emails which get the response that you need more quickly than you currently are. That's it. Have a great week, and I will see you next time. All the best. Bye.